This guy here, very funny. I've been knowing him a long time. You're going to enjoy him. It's his first time here, so show him some love. Y'all, Christopher Anthony!
So I go to coffee shops a lot because my neighbor hasn't paid her internet bill in a while. I enjoy coffee shops. I'm sorry, I'm lying. I enjoy free internet and eavesdropping on conversations I'm not invited into. But I end up catching them at the wrong time and I gotta put pieces together. Like I overheard these girls, one of the girls said, you know, I don't mind swallowing it, but I'm not gonna rub it all over my face, you know? She was talking about Benadryl, but in my head, I'm like, this is a weird place to discuss your sex life, Stacy. Sitting at another coffee shop, this lady comes up to me. People are so aggressive these days, my goodness. Lady comes up to me, she's like, do you have a problem with me nursing my baby here? And I'm like, lady, if I had a problem with you nursing your baby, I wouldn't have sat here watching you for the past 15 minutes. By the way, switch tits, that one's empty. Seriously. And could you talk to the owner of this place because the Wi-Fi is very limited. This is the closest thing to porn I have available. Thank you. Another coffee shop. I believe in society, okay? So I asked the person sitting at the table next to mine if they were willing to watch my laptop while I went outside. So I went outside and I went in my car and I just left and went home. Now what do you do with a broken laptop, right? I had some fun. I'm pretty sure they're just like, I know I'm late for the interview, but it's just like this guy, he like left the laptop and there's not a lost and found. This is New Orleans, there's just found, you know? It's found. Like a toenail clipper. Okay. I like to go to nightclubs to meet women because I think that there's no better preparation for marriage than yelling at each other at 1:30 in the morning over loud music. Like really, sets the tone, you know? And you're both doing the same thing married couples do, arguing over who's actually drunk and who just seems drunk. I'm not that drunk, okay? I record. It's hard to get a sitter. Sweet. But when you go to nightclubs, I'm talking to a bunch of people who haven't been to a nightclub recently. That's cool. I know where I am. You go to nightclubs, everybody's dressed in all black, like Cyril. All black. It's like a funeral with a DJ and lasers. And they got me thinking, we need to change up our funerals, that's what I'm saying. Now, I'm the kind of guy, I'm very strategic, so I just wait for the DJ to do all my work for me. Because every DJ is going to do this. Where my single ladies at? Where my single ladies at? And I'm sitting in the back taking notes like she raised her hand, she wooed, she also wooed. She's going to the bathroom. I got like 8 minutes. I'll talk to these girls over here. You know? It's good that way. But fellas, you got to be careful. Because if she goes to the bathroom, she's gone. Right? I'm from South Florida. This is a situation that actually happened. I'm like patiently waiting, and by waiting I mean like a shark around blood, just like waiting outside the women's bathroom for her to get out. And I see one of her friends, I'm like, where'd she go? Like what happened? She's like, oh, she moved to Connecticut. Yeah, it's crazy. She's just up and went. Something happened, she had a phone call. I was holding her hair, she was puking. And she's like, oh my God, my uncle, I gotta go. And then she's on a flight. You missed your chance, sorry. So I don't drink. I know it's a weird thing to say. I don't drink. And this kind of like bit me in the ass. Because like when you're a guy, you're out at the bar or a club, and you're talking to women, and they find out there's nothing in your drink, it's almost like you just put something in their drink. They're just like, so you're sober? You're going to remember everything I just said to you? That's so weird. What? I thought we were both here, but like not here, right? What? So here's a situation that actually happened. Girl says, hey, what's in your drink? And I'm like, oh, just ginger ale. She's like, ginger ale and what? I'm like, just ginger ale. This happened, ladies and gentlemen, start to explain. I'm like, oh, she does this. She puts her finger over my mouth. She's like, so obviously you have a drinking problem. And this probably isn't the best place for you. But I have made promises to my friends and my family, people who love and support me. And I cannot be with another man with a drinking problem. She's like, I don't care how cute you are. I can't do this to the people I love. She leaves her drink and walks away. And I'm just sitting there thinking like, you thought I was cute? Why didn't you? Okay, we can start from there. I'll drink! What do you need me to do? Drink, not drink? Do you want to be the one that stopped it? I don't care. All right. So real quick, let me just explain. I don't drink. And when I tell people I don't drink, they always assume there's a story. You know, it's my life. It's not a Lifetime movie. Relax. They always assume that there's a story, that either me or my mom or my dad had some horrible drinking problem. Okay? There's no story. I just don't like the taste of alcohol, okay? I also don't eat mayonnaise. But that's because my dad beat the fuck out of me with a mayonnaise jar. All through my childhood, and my sisters, he didn't do it to them, they just joined in. It was like a Thursday night thing, you know? Not true. But I don't drink alcohol, I don't eat mayonnaise. But my friends are never like, hey man, we're gonna go to some places that serve mayonnaise. Is that weird for you? Is there some like static or history with you and this mayonnaise thing? By the way, I'm gonna have some mayonnaise. Not crazy like last week, just a little bit. All right, that's the most fun you can have with a mayonnaise joke. That just happened. Let's move along. I grew up, I had a Dare t-shirt, okay? But I was poor, so all the explanation of Dare faded, you know? Goodwill. So I grew up thinking that Dare stood for drugs are really expensive. And in a single parent family, that's reason enough not to get involved, you know? My mom explained everything to me. I was like 9, she's like, look, some of your friends might start doing drugs. That means they have money, be friends with them, okay? Parents can afford to give their kids drugs. I am working 2 jobs. You get 1 hug a week. That's what I have time for. Okay? That's good. Awesome. That was great. You know, I'm really bad at meth. I'm really bad at meth. And spelling. My 2 worst subjects in school were math and spelling. It's crazy. Maybe not my audience. I just hit a little bit too hard. I know where I am. All right, cool. It's crazy. My friend she's a nurse. She works overnight at the ER. Fun fact, about 1/3 of the people who come into the emergency room at night have something of some size stuck inside their ass. Which is weird because most of them aren't even there for that. It just shows up in the x-ray. So like, my arm is obviously bleeding, and if you take that out because of a stupid fucking x-ray, I have to buy another one for $65. It was weird enough the first time. Okay. That's good. You gotta be careful, like communication's so weird. I live in New Orleans, I was at a coffee shop, you know how much I love those, do you remember? Okay. I saw one of my neighbors and I was like, hey, you should probably be careful heading back to our apartment building because they're shooting out there. They've been shooting out there for a while and the police have the streets blocked off. I should have said they're filming a show, but you know, shooting, filming, same word, right? They haven't been back, so that's weird. Also, like I said, my communication's for shit. So I was talking to my friends, and what I meant to say was that ever since my grandmother passed away 12 years ago, we were so close, I feel like she's with me wherever I go and whatever I do. That's what I meant to say to my friends. But what I ended up saying was, you guys, I think my grandma watches me masturbate. They don't even know she passed away, so they just think we're really close, which we are, you know? It's weird, right? So weird. Also, there's things you can say, things you can't. Like my friend Dan, we're hanging out, just the bros. He's like, you guys, I'm just gonna say it. I'd like to fuck big girls. And in today's society, it's like, yeah, go you. All right, Adele, Lizzo, whatever your taste is. Okay, and then I chime in. I'm like, I like to fuck little girls, and so I'm petite. I'm a short guy. I like to fuck petite, but I don't know French. I'm not that good at French, is what I'm saying. So, all right, finishing off, I saw the light. I like I said, with the club thing and stuff, I found myself single way too often. And it's because, again, I don't speak well and I don't hear too well, right? What you say isn't what I hear. So this one girl, way too competitive. I broke up with her. You know why? I was sitting there and I finally got the courage and I said, you know what, baby? I just want you to know, I love you. And she's like, I love you more. And I'm like, I don't fucking need this, all right? You don't have to do one better than me every time. And like the last girl, she tried controlling me, okay? And I don't appreciate that at all. Maybe I misinterpreted, but I was just like, hey, heading out for the night, gonna meet my friends in the quarter. And she's like, you have a good time. And I'm like, don't fucking tell me how to... That's good. Finishing with this, communication. Here we go. You guys ready? Here's a humdinger. I'm laying in bed with my lady. Got one now, don't worry. I'm laying in bed with my lady, and she whispers to me. She says, I want you to make me feel violated. All right. With consent. Stop freaking out, ladies. First of all, I'm like, why are you whispering this on the library? Somebody watching, what's going on? Talk loud, I need to hear you. And then secondly, I'm like, all right, I got this. You want to feel violated. All right. I did what I thought any man here would do. I tied her hands to the headboard. I tied her feet to the footboard. Yeah, I got those. I spent big, okay? I put a gag in her mouth, and then I looked through her cell phone. Winner!
No, keep it going, Chris Miami. Keep it going, Chris Miami. Come on, make some noise, make some noise.